art of mountainboarding. Most people wouldn't look at an outdoor sport this way. They would only see a culture of young people performing dangerous stunts on flimsy pieces of wood. But for the people who ride these boards, their lives are in every jump they make, every deck they design. The sport was invented in the early 1990s when some snowboarders wanted a way to practice their moves in the off-season. Jason Lee, the now-named inventor of the sport, and his buddies put 4 tires on a board and took off. In 1993, MBS Mountain Boards was born, and the sport has exploded with popularity. Since then, a culture has developed. Racing has become more intense with more competitions around the world. The boards have improved greatly, becoming professional grade. The amount of protective gear and new stuff for the board you can buy is amazing. However, the thing most people miss when they look at the evolution of the sport is the life behind it: creativity. When you Google mountainboarding, the typical links come up, but when you start to dig deeper, you find the grittier part of these dirt lovers.
Get a good feeling, yeah. Get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling, yeah.
I like green, I like blue, I like white. I had red, but I was like, no, I don't want a Christmas board. So I painted checkers because I couldn't think of anything better. You know, I tell you what, it took a long time because going back to my hick roots, because I had to tape off each individual square, paint it, take off the tape, retape each individual square, paint the other color, and then this was a little harder. Not really. Except for when I screwed it up. Looks like a Finnish flag, I think.
A little bit.
It's kind of my inspiration, kind of not.
So why did you put so much work into it?
Everybody else's boards look the same. Now I'll know which one is mine. As far as decks go, you could choose by design, but that'd be stupid because different decks have different length.
Get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling, yeah. Just wanna tell you right now, I really do believe it. Just wanna tell you right.
With this sport, there is little glamour. You get covered in mud and wear the dirtiest clothes you have. Your sense of humor may be a little strange, and you enjoy being greatly unique. You live life on the free side, living and breathing the sport day in and day out. The fringe is where you ride, and you love it. In this sport, your sense of humor is definitely different, and you thrive off of that difference. It almost makes you feel special, and it almost is an art in itself, having the sense of humor. You have to be sarcastic and witty, but still act like a hippie.
So tell me, family, now what do you think? Watch it all grow down that great big sea.
The sense of humor of a mountain board is different. Now, I know that's been said previously, but what you're about to see is a clip with a little bit of that juxtaposition between the seriousness that mountain boarders take with their deck design and the humor that they somehow incorporate while they're discussing this seriousness. Decide which wheels and which deck and everything you use.
A lot of it has to do with ride style. These are for a faster, more floaty ride.
Which is what you like to do?
Well, they float through looser sand better, which there happens to be a lot of that in Colorado. They also transfer over to street riding a little better.
What would be your dream place to mountain board?
The moon.
Okay, what would be your dream place on Earth? What about the UK?
Or Europe. Europe is much better. Australia, UK. Well, Australia's not Europe, but you get the feel.
And is it a big thing over there in Europe?
It's much bigger in Europe because them dang Englishmen don't got no mountains to snowboard on. So they ride wheels instead. So
while they may have this playful attitude about life, when it comes to their competitions, they're very serious in prepping. They may not eat certain meals or only drink water, but they're very serious about how they prepare, who they take with them, and how exactly they carry out the competition. Decorating the board is a crucial part of any boarder's life. Whether they choose to leave the board in its natural state or go all out with the spray paint, each board's design intends to make a statement.
Open my fists to my destiny, I dig. People sick and tired and pushed around. We call them kings, but I see no crown. You tell me when you think we'll just stand up and say enough is enough, enough. I'm saying, running through the fire, running through the flame, running through the hatred, pushing through the...
Do people decorate their board a lot?
some people decorate their board, some people keep it the same, some people just throw stickers on there. That's what I tried the first time, the sticker just ripped off, so I was like, that's dumb.
When you think of mountainboarding, you might not exactly think of beauty. You might first think of dancing or art as a beautiful thing. But when you start to watch the videos of mountainboarders and see the fluidity of their movements, you start to see the beauty and the artistic side behind it. So how did you decide to paint the board? No, really?
So cool. They all play checkers all day long, so I came up and I painted a checkerboard on the top of my board. Now
trying to figure out.
so you date a mountain boarder.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Well, it was all that he talked about, but we actually weren't dating when he got really into it, so now he just now he just talks about it sometimes.
But I guess the people are pretty weird.
What do you have to say about this guy?
He can be pretty bizarre sometimes, but I think the UK mountain boarders are definitely weirder. So, yeah.
You are gone, gone, gone.
He's also really awkward sometimes, and a lot of the times all they know how to do is mountain board and not socialize.
Overall, mountain boarding isn't just a sport. It's the person, it's the board, it's everything combined.
And the wind's gonna blow me someday away from it all. I just wanna write you in a song, put your smile on paper so you can sing along. I just wanna bottle the sun, yeah, keep your light, I see